Welcome to Podtendo, a Nintendo podcast, where they analyze, reminisce, and replay the glory of old Nintendo games.
Barts Nightmare, now on Genesis, with Bartzilla, Itchy and Scratchy, Overcon, Bartman, and more. Barts Nightmare, now on Super NES and Genesis from Acclaim.
Hey guys, welcome to the Podtendo podcast, where we analyze, reminisce, and replay the glory of old Nintendo games. We contacted podtendo@gmail.com, or a YouTube comment would probably find its way to us. If you're using other things, probably don't exist there. I'm your co-host, Mick. I'm joined by
Tyson.
Nice, and we're... Oh, sorry, I was thinking my notes just caught my eyes. I'm curious to get to that part. We are Dead Scary Spooky Month. So we did it, guys. We got to one of our favorite months of the year here on Podtendo Land, where we're going to be playing scare-tastic games all month long. In honor of Halloween? Scary movies? You got any, how are you? I was going to go somewhere else. How are you?
Good. You're probably going to ask about Halloween traditions.
Yeah.
I think it's the same as every year.
Yeah.
Just watch a bunch of horror movies, watch some Simpsons Treehouse of Horror.
Okay, yep.
What about yourself?
Yeah, we definitely have the scary movies locked on key. I just watched Fright Night, actually, for the first time last night. It's pretty good. It's kind of like
the original.
Yeah, it's kind of okay. I get it. It's
That's
like
all right.
I understood why this had some staying power, right? So that was good. I think we're doing like vampire-y movies, not Twilights though. So I watched all the Twilights, and I just don't think they were good. But I'd be willing to watch like one of those things, where like they do like funny recaps or something. So maybe we'll see. And then a lot of preparation actually for Halloween specials. So when we get to that, you'll be like, you clearly watched that show a lot for the Halloween special. Other than that, just kind of getting into it, going back and looking at. There was some Netflix shows actually that we were talking about. It was like Midnight Mass and The Haunting of Blythe Manor. I missed both of those. We never watched them when they came out. So. Are one of those better than the other? Because I feel like you and Mum really liked them.
Yeah, I watched them both. They're both from Andrew Finnegan or something.
Yeah.
He does good stuff. I mean, I don't mind it.
Okay. So they're fine. Like either one, you watch either one, you're like, oh, okay, that was competent. Cool.
Yeah. Basically, it was like. Yeah, they're good. I know a lot of people were like, these are the best things ever. And I'm like, yeah, they're good. I'm not going to say that they're the best thing ever. Mike Flanagan,
yes.
I think called Finnegan. I'm like, no, it's Flanagan.
Yeah.
He also did like the Doctor Sleep stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's
I got a
right.
Nightcrawler sticker. Cool. They have in Canada, our grocery store gives us Marvel cards last year, and then they're like super collectible. Anyways, I got stickers this year, so I was just looking at some of the stickers. Cool. I got a Nightcrawler, so that's pretty exciting. Anytime there's an X-Man, I'm like, yeah, I will put the toys away. Okay, cool. So we're
Let me say, where's that at? Superstore?
Yeah, No Frills or whatever that is, the Loblaws.
Yeah.
Every $25, you get some Marvel stickers. I mean, if you're interested, I have a stack of like 50 stickers here, so I could give you some.
I got a bunch of the cards. I was just like, what kind of stickers do they have? Because I'm also like, if there's an X-Men, I'm gonna grab it.
I saw Rogue. They had an advertisement for Rogue, and the one day I got groceries, and it was $124.93. And I was like, how many stickers do I get? She's like, 4 every $25. So I just bought a chocolate bar. I was like, I want 5.
Yeah.
I will spend that 7 cents.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I don't. This like old lady just like, sure thing. Must be for your kids, right, sir? Yes.
Like,
right.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. For the children.
We watched, what movie did I watch the other? I mean, because it was actually on your recommendation. I'd seen it a while ago. Super Dark Times. So I'd seen it previously, and then finally I went and watched it with Tamara, and she's like, oh, it's just so creepy. And I was like, that was a good one. A really good movie. Naturally, I watch a movie. I kind of like to listen to like a podcast or like have a little bit of a discussion and be like, kind of help, think about the movie a little bit, especially those kind of more thoughtful kind of pieces and films that have a bit more to say. People that make podcasts about movies are terrible at making podcasts. I listened to 4 different shows, And there was one guy's, it was a 47-minute podcast. They talked for 32 minutes about other movies that they had watched, just generally. They're like, oh, I watched this movie. But your podcast is called Super Dark Times. Why aren't you talking about Super Dark Times? And then when they talked about it, they're like, oh yeah, it was kind of like creepy. It's like how guys talk, ha ha ha. And that was it. And I was like, So.
Yeah, sometimes it's one of those ones where it's just like, I don't.
So with that being said, I apologize for all this banter that wasn't specifically related to today's games, because one of the marks of a Podtendo show is we gotta get into it. We dilly-dally a little bit, and oh boy, by the end we're not talking about Bart's Nightmare. We're doing something else Halloween related today, guys. But I do enjoy how we are punctual and we kind of get into the topics a little bit, and it definitely makes going back and listening to things so much easier. And if you like the way we talk about stuff, then keep listening. Don't make me sit here and don't tell me about It Chapter 1 for like 20 minutes. What the hell are you doing? Why would you make that a whole podcast? That was the part that got me. No, and then there was another one where these two people were talking to like these other guests. Well, the guests were the writers of Super Dark Time, and they spent 50 minutes of their like 2-hour long podcast talking about just other movies that they had seen. And I'm like,
but you actually have the writers in front of you.
Like they actually wrote you could ask them specific questions. Like, what is going on? Anyways, Bart's Nightmare. That's where we're at today. Woohoo! Developed by Sculptured Software. Sales not applicable. It was released October 12th, 1992. How Long to Beat has this game at 2.5 hours. On eBay, copy of this game is going to be about $50 to $150 for an in-boxed copy. Where to play, you can play on the original Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, or an emulator. Play on an emulator.
Yeah, save states will be your best friend.
Oh,
but it's like, because, man, if you actually try to get like all the pages in this game, it's just like brutal.
Oh, yeah, this is... I mean, we can get... Yeah. Arcade mentality at its finest. Oh, we want quarters. We want quarter gaming. All right. But before we get into that, guys, we need to remind you, this has been a long time ago. That's like 33 years ago. It's terrible. Wayback Machine from October 12th, 1992. Let's lay out the pop culture landscape just so you can kind of see what the world looked like. All right. So the top movies that came out in October of 1992, top TV shows were Highlander, the series, Ghost Riders, later with Jules Holland and Cassandra.
I don't know those last two, but Highlander was like when you're sick and there's nothing else on, you're like, I'm going to watch some Highlander.
Yeah, that was the best one. And then obviously that was when I paused earlier when we were just talking, and I was like, later with Jules Holland, and I'm like, what is this?
No idea. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it just kind of popped up, and I was like, I guess we'll go with it. Top cartoon shows. So animated series that started this fall, so fall of 1992, you could have got Batman the Animated Series, X-Men the Animated Series, The Addams Family, Eek the Cat, and Dog City.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I first read the notes, I just read The Cat and Dog City, and I was like, what are you talking about? But it's Eek the Cat and Dog City.
Yes. You thought I was bastardizing Cat Dog somehow?
Yeah. I was like, but Cat Dog didn't come out in this time. Like, yeah. So
like I got really old all of a sudden, and I'm like, that the Cat and the Dog City show. Like,
yeah, basically.
When did you become an old mom? What?
Yeah.
What?
Or you can't recall names of pop culture-y things.
Yeah, just that's who I am now. Apparently, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. But good cartoons.
I think solid. Very solid kind of starting of an era, and I think again, Batman and X-Men are. If you said those are my favorite cartoon series, I'd be like, damn rights they are, because they're awesome. Well,
yes. Yeah,
X-Men less so, because like later they kind of animation falls down and they don't get conclusions to stories. But starting out, oh baby, it's awesome. X-Men are great. Top movies released in October of 1992. So this week we saw A Few Good Men, Muppets Christmas Carol, Toys. Okay. Still in theaters, you could see The Bodyguard, Home Alone 2, and Malcolm X.
Okay. Yeah, not bad shows.
It's fine. Gets you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Home Alone. Home Alone movies are definitely a thing. We should do that one year.
Yeah.
We should watch like review that, because they're just like, what if a kid just tortured adults for a while?
Yeah. What if he just like tried?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, top video games. I think was this month? I think it was in October of 1992. So Zool was released for the Amiga, and I wrote that down because I feel like I've talked about Zool before. I feel like Zool might be like an okay game, actually. Mortal Kombat, Night Trap, and Super Mario Land to the 6 Golden Coins, or The Legend of the 6 Golden Coins, was also released. So Zool.
Okay.
Yeah. I included Zool. Video.
Not sure. Maybe to take away from Night Trap, because we tried playing some Night Trap, and we're like, I don't understand how this works.
Oh gosh, no, that was funny. Yeah, Tyson was here visiting at one point, and I was like, oh man, I got the perfect game for us to play, and it's 15 minutes you play, and you're like, what? There's home invaders,
and then game over,
cameras,
and what are we supposed to do? Then even when we looked up the instructions,
at minute
it was
15,
still like,
go to camera 4 and pause there for 4 seconds before this time. And it's like literally you'd have to have a timer, and I would have to sit there, and Tyson would just have to like follow my instructions. And if you can hit these 37 steps, you get to see the final video. Okay.
I kind of felt like, in like Rally Car, when there's the driver and the guy giving like the navigator and the passenger seat who just like doesn't even get a look up. He just reads it. Mm-hmm. That's essentially what you need to play Night Trap. It's
that is exactly what you need. Yeah, that's exactly the
interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting game.
And Zool, if you do Google it quick, there's a cute little guy. That's it. I don't know anything more other than the sprite of Zool is pretty cute. He's like a little ninja guy that looks like a Ninja Turtle.
Well, I'm also like super naive enough where I don't even know what
an Amiga
someone
is.
Said draw an Amiga. Like I know of an Amiga, couldn't tell you anything else. I'm like, is it a UK based console? Couldn't tell you.
Personal computers. Okay, let's not get into an Amiga right now. There's a time and a place to get into the Amiga. It's not during Bart's Nightmare. We don't have to be that. We don't have to be a horror podcast, guys. But now that we know what the pop cultural landscape looked like, let's get into the development details of this game for some reason. And find out why this game was made. There's not a lot going on. Now we'll get into controls, first memories. That'll be a fast one. We'll be playing games at the end of the show before no time. Development details of Bart's Nightmare. Bart's Nightmare was developed by Sculptured Software and chiefly designed by Bill Williams.
Okay. Don't know who that is.
Pretty sure it's the ghostwriting name of Billy D. Williams. So Lando Calrissian made this game. Company meddling during the production of the game prompted Williams to leave the video game industry and join the Actors Guild. The Simpsons creator Matt Groening was involved with the development of the early video games based on the series, having final approval of all storylines and character designs. For Bart's Nightmare, Groening altered the color of Bart's eyes as he felt the original were too yellow.
Okay.
All right. Good details.
Interesting. It's yeah, it was like, that's it. That's all we got for this one.
No, and most classic games, we've obviously moved away from this. We're into the era of obviously a lot more going on, but it's just funny going back to some of these old ones once in a while, and you're like, yeah, nothing happens. Controls of this game. So the directional pad moves you around the Dream Street. A jumps. You can jump over enemies to collect Zeds, which is kind of like how long you can sleep for. There will be papers that will unlock mini games, and there is one where and there are mini games. One where you play as Godzilla. There's another one where you journey through a bloodstream. There's another one where you become Bartman, fly around the sky. You travel through a temple at one point, and then there's 2 beat 'em ups where you run around and fight Itchy and Scratchy.
There's 2 Itchy and Scratchy levels and 2 temple runs. So.
Yeah, sorry, yes, 2 temple runs. I knew that, and 2 runarounds with Itchy and Scratchy. I wasn't sure where the other one came from. And that's it. That's the controls. Turn it on. Yep. You fall on the street, and you're like, what am I doing?
Basically, like Bart falls asleep at his desk, and then all the papers fly out the window, and hilarity ensues. Yeah,
pretty much. That's a great description. First memories of this game. So now that we're kind of through the nitty gritty, we know what's up. I think this was one of the very first games we probably ever played on our Super Nintendo, right? So I know we rented it when we first got our Super Nintendo. We rented it from, I want to call it like the Red Rooster. Like if I said Red Rooster, would you know which convenience store I was talking about?
The Galloway one.
No, I think this is in Sparwood. So like the one at, remember from Oma and Opa's, if you walked down the street up the stairs, and like kind of like right across the street there was that one on the corner, kind of by like behind the grocery store.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was in there. Like distinctively, I have fond memories of being in there. There's a hockey stickers, a hockey sticker book, and rental games. And I feel like Bart's Nightmare somehow was like associated with that.
I feel like we rented Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
And some other movie.
Yes.
I think Oma made us watch.
She'd be like
a movie about a goose.
Oh, Fly Away Home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely be a movie that she'd be into. So that makes sense. How do I turn off these draft sound notifications? I'll just turn my phone off. Anyways, yeah, exactly. That store. So I'm thinking that's kind of where we're at. There were a few friends / people I knew that had played the game through and could kind of offer assistance, right? Especially when you were a little guy, you'd have a friend come over and they could like beat a level, or I have a funny joke here, so I have to read. They could offer you assistance, or they would offer to show you how to beat the game in the back of their vans. Like there was lots of, growing up, especially small town, lots of friendly people, lots of vans you could get into as a kid. It was great. I know
free candy everywhere.
Oh, so much free candy. I know I could beat maybe Bartman and Bloodstream levels, but no matter how hard as I tried as a kid, I couldn't complete the game. Itchy and Scratchy, get out of here. Maybe Bart's Nightmare, I could get to like the climbing up the building section, maybe, right? But more difficult game, didn't really understand it, probably didn't have the manual. Had I been purchased and been able to like, actually sit and read through the manual, maybe had a better time, because it's one of those games, like you kind of have to sit and read. So the ability to read is also required to beat this game. So sorry guys, sorry kids. Tyson, you have any first memories of this game?
I like my one friend down the road had, I feel like, this game and maybe like Mad Max the game.
Okay.
And like looking back on it, I was like, man, you suffered. Like you had some of the hardest games as a kid. Like there's no like direction of how to play these games, and these were your go-to games. I can understand why he didn't become like a big gamer, when it's like these punishing games that are like a cool IP but are just like insanely hard, and if you don't have any idea what you're doing, good luck trying to beat like several levels or into at least the entire game. Like it's never gonna happen. So
yeah, I mean that is I don't know how you would do it. Maybe you'd figure it out, but again, you almost I think you would need like a team of experts working on this. Like I don't think it's just a one-off kind of thing. Yeah. Good stuff. But now that you kind of know where it came from, the world it came out in, that we grew up in this world, and this was thrown at us, and like, have fun. You like The Simpsons? Do you? Think that part's pretty cute? Do you? Do you? Well, have fun. Story. So Bart has a big paper due tomorrow. So during an all-night cram session, he falls asleep and has a series of nightmares. Okay, cool, neat. I feel like this is a really good premise for a video game for kids. Like, it's a character you know, you like Bart, and homework. That's a real thing. Like, it's kind of it's like the beginning of learning about existential dread in the world. You have to do a paper. Something's due tomorrow, right? It's kind of like the introduction to the world of deadlines and having to be responsible or something like that, right? I don't think though that I had to write a paper, or I literally even did homework until maybe I was in like grade 8.
Yeah, if it was like memorize these words for a spelling test.
Yeah, exactly. Or read this book, or like draw it. But like, I mean, maybe I was just a bit more on the ball, but I also don't think I studied until I went to like university. So
yeah.
Like I studied somehow, but I don't remember anyways. Yeah, but it's good. I think it's a really nice setup for a game. If you were going to set like a Simpsons game aimed at children, this is excellent, right? It shouldn't be Homer drinking. It shouldn't be, I don't want to throw hit and run. Sorry, that was a bad. I was going to say, like, you don't want to just drive around in cars and crash into people, but you do, because it's awesome. We'll play Simpsons Hit and Run one day. It's freaking great. But I think just for the era, kind of what you're going for, awesome, great setup. And then everything kind of falls apart from there. So, like, the level notes. We're going to do kind of like a SideQuest Cinema style review. So we'll quickly run through the level notes, just kind of lay out the game, talk about the endings, and then do a bit of a review. And then we're kind of done. So,
yeah, it sounds about right.
Yep.
There's not too much to talk about this game, to be honest.
God,
no. That's probably the best way of doing it.
Well, and this is like one of those games that as I'm playing it, as we're making notes and stuff, I'm like, did we have to do this game? I know it's on a list, and I guess we played it, right? We do have some type of memories, and it's nice to kind of refresh, and like, I liked going back into it. I will say that. This is me sitting here being like, I hated this experience. It sucks. It's just, like, this game's kind of terrible, so we'll tell you about this terrible game. Level notes. So you start in the Dream Street. Good luck collecting Z's while hunting for papers. So occasionally a paper will fly by between buses and other enemies that you're trying to avoid. On the green door, Bartzilla, you battle down the streets as Godzilla attacking the army. And then once you do a certain amount of damage, the second screen sees you climbing up a building to get at King Kong Homer. Okay.
Yep. There's like a Marge Mothra.
Yeah. Yeah, the Simpsons are all kind of big kaijus in this one, so that's kind of a neat little area. I think apparently once you figure out the control, so the directional pads and the buttons kind of defeat different enemies, and you just learn the pattern. And then most people, some of the reviews and the retrospectives I've seen of this are like, oh, this is like a beatable game. Okay, perfect. The violet door, you get into Bart's bloodstream. So you have to blow up viruses with this little pump gun. The only thing that can kill you is these like little grenade guys. Relatively easy again. One you should be able to complete. Okay. The yellow door is the itchy and scratchy themed area. So you run around this area with these slippery floors, collecting items, and just trying to battle itchy, scratchy, and other household items that are trying to kill you. I recommend try to stand on a table. Okay. If you stand on a table, you can like have a hammer and like smash itchy in the head and win.
Yeah. Pretty tricky. Like sometimes it feels like getting a weapon upgrade feels like it's a downgrade. So, yeah. Interesting. I'll throw something out there. I was like, man, this game seems impossible. There's an actual guy on YouTube. I'll give him a shout out because he seems nice. Retro Nate. I don't know if anyone's go give his videos a watch. They don't get a crazy amount of view, but I think he's pretty solid. He actually has like a little walkthrough of how to beat it.
Okay.
And actually like give some tips. So I know at 1 inch and scratchy level, like they come like it seems just impossible. Like the oven shooting fire, they're coming at you from either directions. It's just like an absolute gong show. If you stand like near the bottom left of the screen or whatever, go watch his video. He shows you.
Sure.
If like it's actually so beatable, but even like him who has wrapped this game is still just like, I think this is the mechanic, you're supposed to be doing this, and it's just like, man, this game is just punishing because the more like papers you unlock, the like less likely you are to like find them. So I think he like in the one video he spent like probably 30-40 minutes just on that home open world, like the screen, just trying to find the last page, and it's just like brutal. It's brutal. Like
I've heard that. Like, so the Dream Street, as Tyson's alluding to, is like we kind of talked about, it's just this inevitable, an infinitely looping street that just has obstacles coming at you. And I've heard that too, actually. One of the retrospectives I watched on this, the guy was like, yeah, towards the end of the game, like, papers just take forever. It's just like they want you to survive and grind through enough enemies. Maybe there is some type of behind-the-scenes, like, counter. How many enemies do you encounter or avoid kind of thing before, like, a page spawns? And it might
well, I think it's, like, endlessly scrolling.
Yeah.
But it's not endlessly scrolling. Like, it also, like, it almost seems like it tracks where you are. So if you just head right the entire time, you're going to end up having to go the entire way back left.
I see. Yeah, you must like explore anyways, there's some type of weird mechanic that sucks.
It's convoluted.
Yeah.
But on the you can one cool thing that I noticed or that I found out was if you get on the skateboard and if you don't crash, it'll refill up all your Z's.
Oh yeah.
And then, you know, if Principal Skinner turns you into a good boy, you walk really slow, but you don't take damage.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, it's interesting. And then, yeah, there's like this whole like interactive world to it. And it's like, I never would have figured these things out unless somebody like actually explained it to you. So
that's fair. Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, you kind of need to like, if you really wanted to play this game, maybe find a PDF of the manual and have a read as you go through, right? And that might unlock some things, because it is one of those, the game provides you with nothing. They expect you to have supplemental content, right? Maybe even like a guide or a Nintendo Power or something. But yeah, beating this game just straight up, pretty impossible. Back to the doors, though. We have 2 more doors left. We have a blue door, which is Bartman, which sees you fly around the skies with your slingshot, and you have to fight various enemies. Several bosses here, including Barney in a balloon with a pink elephant. Pinky. That's neat. I believe you fight Mr. Burns, Smithers, and Sherry and Terry?
Yep. This is one of the funnier levels. I like Bartman.
Yeah, like Bartzilla, Bartman. Is the bloodstream good? I don't think...
The bloodstream's like easy, so I don't mind it.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but like it's just, but like Itchy and Scratchy is too hard, so I don't like it. So it's kind of like, do I not like those? And then like the Idaho Simpsons, the last one, this orange door, it's like kind of like a temple run where you have to jump around on platforms, and there's devils you have to whip, and you have to watch out for the little flames, because that means like the platform is going to sink. And then there's like Maggie soothers that she shoots at you, but you can like scroll the screen over by pressing R, and that like triggers them to fall. It's a real mess. You have to do it twice.
Yeah, it's my least favorite level is the Indiana Jones level, where like the temple run, because it seems like it's so convoluted. Like you have to jump on certain things to raise platforms.
That's why it's called Idaho Simpsons, because it's not Indiana Jones, it's Idaho Simpsons.
Yeah, hilarious. Yeah,
pretty good. Okay,
and that's the entire game. Like, I mean, you got Bartzilla, Bloodstream, Itchy and Scratchy, Bartman, Idaho Simpsons. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all. That in the open world. That's the entire game.
That's it. So there's endings. There's 5 different endings of the game, or maybe 7, depending how many. Every time you unlock a paper, essentially you get a better grade. So you start at F, and you can work all your way up to, I guess, A+. And the family shows different levels of concern based on your grades. Up until an A, Lisa and Marge are not happy with you. Around a C, Homer actually starts smiling. So I think you get a C, and Homer's like, "Oh, pretty good job, son. That's not bad.
Okay. Not bad at all." And I think like Lisa is happy until you get to an A, and then she gets sad. Or gets like grumpy, and she's like, "How did you pull this one off?" So
kind of funny, kind of cute, fun game. Let's get into the review of this bad boy. So, a review of this game. Favorite parts of the game. I like the concept, like I mentioned, and the idea of the game. It makes sense. Bart, homework, kids, Halloween, nightmares, crazy world. I like the setup. I get. You got me. You got me in the concept. You got me in the door. You got me wanting to play this game. Just make a game that I want to play. You go into Bart's dreams and explore fun worlds. The execution was just bad. So, what's your favorite part?
I mean, I like the IP. This is kind of a weak one, but it's like, I like the world of The Simpsons, and I want to like this game. Same thing like Bart versus the World. Like, I want to like these games. I like these characters, but they're just frustrating. So, yeah, it's like, I like the setting, but the gameplay is abysmal and frustrating and not explained in the slightest. And I don't understand how you're supposed to just figure these things out through osmosis. So,
well, again, it's unfortunate. You probably needed the manual, right? And you were always short-staffed. The fact you weren't purchased. Again, I think you might have a different experience if we both sat here and said, "Look, this is one of the games we got. We got Super Mario World, Mario Kart, and like Bart's Nightmare to start our collection." We sat with the manual and we read through it or something. like, there's a chance you might be like, this game was great. I remember playing it as a kid. I loved it. It was so much fun. But again, you kind of needed to be like told what to do, right? So I think it's just a mark of early video games. They need to learn stuff. So what was the most memorable part of Bart's Nightmare? Could it be the opening where he falls asleep and the papers blow out the window? Waking up on the street? The wacky stuff on the street? Could be Lisa the fairy, or The Simpsons, or the Telltale Heads, Jebediah Springfield's head that's floating around. Yeah? Any of those? No? How about the Bartman level? The Bartzilla level? The Itchy and Scratchy level? The Temple level? The Bloodstream level? Seeing how disappointed your family is in you. That was my favorite part, personally. I love when my family is disappointed in me.
Yeah, I connected the most with that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, most memorable scene I think about this. Bartman?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, to me, Bartman is like, because he was just such a blip.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, besides the comics where he kind of got expanded on, he was always just kind of like this like random one-off character or random like side joke.
Mm-hmm.
So to actually like get to play his level and like fly around, and it's like, it's a pretty fun little level. Yeah, it's like, it's cool. Yeah. I appreciate the Bartman level the most.
And like, I think just, from a cultural point, like kind of what jumps out the most, has to be Bartman for some reason. He was he literally, was a throwaway line, a one-off scene, and like a toy that was released. And he's up there as like Bart's like most popular personality, right? Just kind of silly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Actually, you know what? I'm also going to throw out the sense of discovery. When you were a kid,
Sure.
and you got to choose the door.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, what's this going to be? That like, I remember that vividly, to be like, there's this sense of like discovery and like wonder, and you never know what you're going to get or what was behind. Oh man, this is the Bartman level. Mm-hmm. And like, oh hey, this is like the Indiana Jones level. Oh hey, this is the Itchy and Scratchy level. Like, it created this like cool idea, and like that whole concept of choosing a door made it very interesting, in my opinion. I thought it was really well done. So.
Oh, I agree. It was, and those are good points too. I was gonna say, like, I was gonna throw credit to Bartzilla was also fun, and the Bloodstream level. For some reason, like when I think back to this game, I think Street, and then those kind of 4 key areas. And those are just probably levels that I could survive in as a kid, right? Seeing Bart, 3D Bart, right? Kind of a different render of an object, kind of walk up to the door was kind of fun. But yeah, no. Bartman. Okay, cool. Least favorite part of the game. So how broken the gameplay is. You jump, it sucks. You know, you don't feel good moving around. It's hard. You're gonna be like, I'll just jump over this mailbox, and you like run into it. You're like,
oh, there's a Z. Let me try to shoot a bubble at it. I missed it.
Oh,
I don't understand.
Not
how
even
I missed
close. Like, I don't know what scale, what level I'm on.
Oh, got ran over by Otto. That's fun.
Exactly. So it's just like constantly that, and I'm like, ugh, this is like the main hub world of the game. That's terrible. And it's just survive. Like, this is survival horror in its earliest stages, because like, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, and it's just unforgiving.
Yeah.
Like, it throws so much at you. Here's some bouncing balls. You better jump over these things. Oh, Lisa turned you into a frog. Oh, better go get kissed. Oh, the bullies have like, you're hanging out with the bullies. Yep. Now you're losing Z's. And now you got to find like Lisa to scare them away. Oh, now you even turned into a good boy by Principal Skinner. Oh, now you find a page, and it's like, my goodness, this game just throws. It's like a bullet hell shooter platformer.
Yeah.
It is just relentless.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, and for the hub world, for it to just be so focused on the bullet hell, the survival aspect of it, without giving you anything, like, there is no reprieve. I don't know what they're going. Like I said, lack of saving is one of my criticisms, right? If this game was play through this world, you get so many lives, but you know, every time you get a paper, we save at least, right? 3 lives, play through, try and get as much as you can, and you have to hit, I don't know, something. But no, just in one go round, go. You have to sit down and play this game for 2 hours, right? So I'm gonna lump in kind of my criticism here too, which is just lack of saving, not a save feature. It just makes for a really frustrated, broken experience. I don't know, like, you have to sit down and beat the whole game? Is that what this is? I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically, it's like it's that arcade mentality of like either you do it one shot or you fail. So
And it's just like not enjoyable enough for me to want to pick up and be like, oh, I'll just get a couple papers. Let's just get Bart a C today. Let's get him a C minus, right? I'll get 2 papers, call it a day. That'll be fun. It's odd. It's kind of weird, right? I don't know. Yeah. Or like have a different file. I don't know. It's just something. Something's kind of broken fundamentally there. Do you have a criticism?
I mean, the essentially like 6 levels seems so thin of a game. Like it's cool that you can do all these things, but it's like it's relentless. There's only like really 6 things to see, and then once you see them, it's like, all right, do I need to play this game ever again? It's like, I don't know, it loses its magic so quickly, and it gets so frustrating so fast. Where it's like, man, if there was like an easy setting or something that was like made this game a little bit more approachable, I think it would be looked at higher, but it's not. It's just this like relentless nightmare of a game, which is perfect for Halloween. So
I mean, that's the thing. Like we're kind of like, I was like, I wouldn't be more mad at this game, but it did tell you it was going to be a nightmare. Like at no point was it ever, coddling you, being like, no, this is fine. This is fine. No, this is a nightmare. This game is a nightmare. It lived up to the title, so cool. Final praise of this game. It looks like The Simpsons. It's cool to see the characters on my Super Nintendo. I just don't think the game is very good. And you get as much. I got about as much out of the experience as I did I got about as much out of this experience as I did when I played it as a kid. I don't remember having a lot of fun, and I don't remember having a lot of fun during this playthrough. So I would say that this is kind of an empty, hollow experience. It's fun if you have some nostalgia for it, but any modern gamer, or if you've never played this before, I wouldn't recommend checking out this game. Like, it's, yeah. If you played it before and you want to check it out, save states. Fart around with it for a little bit, maybe look up a guide, watch a video or something, see if you can like take a chance, but I don't know. It's a hollow experience. It's like
even when you know what you're doing, this game's not very forgiving. This is the Dark Souls of the Super Nintendo library.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's kind of just like what's your least favorite candy bar in a multi, like the big multi boxes of candy bars. This is like the least favorite one that you have, and you find it in the cupboard in like December, and you're like, should I just throw away this old Kit Kat? No, I'll eat it. And you're like,
I was gonna say this is the Toblerones of those candy
perfect.
packs.
Yeah, perfect. And you get there and you're like, you eat it, and it's just kind of like, I guess that was an experience I had, but it doesn't really like leave you or linger or seem even worthwhile. So Bart's Nightmare, everyone. Yeah. It's great.
I'm not thinking of Toblerones. Obviously, I'm thinking of it wrong candy. Yeah, move on.
I don't know. Maybe you just take the Swiss weird triangle candies. I'm not going to knock. Fuck Toblerones.
No, it's like oh man.
Coffee? Coffee Crisp?
No, it's not actually a chocolate bar. It's one of those like gummy or like chewy brown.
Turkish Delight.
No.
Brown. Oh, a toffee. No, a Rolo.
No, because it's not chocolate. Oh. It's like the.
Oh, you want like one of those like molasses candies that Grandma used to get?
Yeah. It's like one of those god awful things.
Or I wasn't gonna throw it into the molasses candy of the world. Like no, it's like I think in a multi pack. It's like the Kit Kat, the little mini Kit Kat. And you're like, okay, sure, I guess.
Yeah.
Unexperienced, right? But whatever. Yeah. Cool. So with that, current thoughts on this game. This game lives on based on its name, or this game lives based on its name alone. Yep. If it wasn't called The Simpsons and Bart's Nightmare, we'd be like, bleh. Without the Simpsons IP, this game would be forgotten as a messy, hard, unorganized game. The street level is unforgiving. Trying to complete this game in one go with no saves makes the experience just fall flat and seem unrewarding. It was fun to see the Simpsons characters, but the game is very, very poorly made. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's fun for a bit. Not a game that you want to play more than like as soon as you finish your like playthrough, you're like, but put this down and move on with my life. You just like it misses the replayability. Like, I guess it's fun to kind of play for a bit, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's a pick up, look at it. I guess that's it, kind of thing, and we go from there, right? It's a fun experience. Not really. Cool. Let's see. Are you buying it? And what would you change? Final, what would you change? And then we'll kind of get into the meat and potatoes at the end of this podcast, where we can talk about all the movies we watched in the last few weeks. And we can say, oh man, I loved rewatching Dante's Peak.
Interesting pull.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, that moves? Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Anyways, what would you change? I would just maybe add a save feature, right? Something where if you get once you unlock a paper, you go back to the street and you don't have to like unlock that mini game again or for something. I don't know.
I figured out what it was. It's a Tootsie Roll.
Ah, Tootsie Roll. Oh yeah.
Not Toblerone. I like Toblerones.
Okay. Wait, what's
So.
Tootsie Roll? Tootsie. What's your current thought? Oh yeah, Tootsie Roll. Sure.
On the game, life in
Or
general.
sorry, no. What would you change?
Oh, what would I change?
Yeah.
I just want an easier mode. I want like an easy function where it's like either you have more health, take half damage, so you can actually like enjoy the game and figure out what the heck's going on instead of just like, well, that sucked, reset. Well, that sucked, reset. Like, unless you do that like 70 times, you're never going to figure out what the heck you're doing without a guide.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, sweet. That's it. What are we buying? I don't have any Are You Buying It? I don't really have any theories. There's lots on the fan theories. But I do have a lot on cultural significance. Look at all that text. Look at all that stuff going on. Oh my gosh. So, going back and actually re-listening to some old episodes. This summer, I was definitely in cruise control a little bit, try to get through some of our shows. Very, very busy. Tyson is also very busy as well. Hopefully we hit it somewhat well. But going back and listening to some of our older Halloween shows, I was kind of inspired, and rather than kind of pushing this out and making, I would say, more half-assed, a couple of them were half-assed, especially when you get to the cultural significance. And I'm like, no, let's just talk about video games. I was very busy that week. That's the code. Versus this week, I've got lots because I was less busy because I took time. So what we're going to do, and I've inspired myself. Of course, who inspires me? Me. Sound like an asshole. But we are going to talk a little bit more, play some games, and go from there. So, in cultural significance, we look at game design, the lore inspirations, turning points, interesting stories. We talk about how this game relates, give other examples, and tie it all back together in the end. So today we're going to have two parts, because Scary Spooky Month has given me inspiration. So first, we're going to look at some elements of this game and see if there's like a reference, I don't know, or a prediction about the future from the series. And then Tyson will play a game after that. So first off, references. So we're just going to look at certain elements of this game. And then in 92, right, so you're thinking about maybe post-season 3 of The Simpsons, did this game actually predict things that would happen to The Simpsons? So first, let's look at some elements of this game. So Bart struggling at school. I would say that wasn't a prediction so much as it just kind of was like his character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Failing a paper. Bart gets an F is definitely an early episode.
Yeah. It's like that must be season 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty early. And then, also I think like Bart and Lisa versus the third grade. There's a similar thing where like Bart fails again, right? But at a certain point, they just stopped having Bart fail school because
Triangle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good, Bart. You get first pick toy today. Oh, I'm grabbing the Flintstones phone.
Yeah.
Yabba dabba doo. I like talking to you.
But Martin as a fairy, I said that, but I think it's actually Lisa as a fairy.
Yeah. Lisa's a fairy.
Yeah. But I was like,
I don't think Martin's in this game.
No, but Martin is a fairy in one because he's Oberon, Prince of the Fairies. And
Yes.
Nelson beats him up.
Yes. I also like the Martin scene where I'm just going to talk about Simpsons.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I like the
sorry.
Martin scene where,
That's the part of this is like we can just talk Simpsons. That's kind of what I'm going for with this. So for sure, please.
Yeah. I like the one where Martin comes home and he's been living a double life. He's not actually a kid. He's a full-grown adult.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's great. That's a great little cutaway.
That's a good one. Let's see. Nightmare Street bus mailbox's head. Oh, I see. Nightmare Street. They never really did a Nightmare Street so much. Buses, though, right? We have a couple buses references, whether it's like the Terror at 5.5 feet, or the school bus, or the Ghoul bus, and I'm thinking like the bus, where they end up on the island, right?
Isn't it Das Bus?
Das Bus.
Yeah. Then there's like Auto Show where he like almost destroys the entire thing by trying to get the bus to school on time. There's Otto. I mean, we didn't talk about him where he goes to live with the Simpsons. I know a lot of people don't like the Auto Show episode. I don't mind it. I think it's there's a couple good lines that make up for the whole show, like Sponge. Yeah. I'll show you what a sponge can do. Like, come on.
Yeah, I got it. Right.
It's a great joke.
See, Jimbo and his gang. I think again they were just kind of bullies. I don't know if they did anything super noteworthy from there.
Yeah, I don't think Dolph and Kearney got their names until like seasons.
Yeah, later.
Way later.
Seymour turning you into a Sunday school clothes.
Which doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's like, shouldn't that be Reverend Lovejoy?
Yeah, but I think they just like, because Skinner was kind of like Bart's nemesis, so I guess they just included him in the game. Of course, we went over the school bus. Bart and Lisa versus Itchy and Scratchy. I think that actually... Well,
Itchy and Scratchy were like a huge part of The Simpsons.
Well,
to a point where... Oh, actually, that reminds me. You know, screw it. I'll mention it now. I'm on a side tangent.
Sure.
Simpsons the movie, the second one's coming out.
Okay.
Did you not see the teaser for that one?
No.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a new Simpsons movie. Second movie's coming out.
Okay. Cool. That's fun.
So,
nice.
Yeah. I might go to the movies again.
But anyway, so there's a couple parts here. Sorry, Bart and Lisa versus Itchy and Scratchy, and going into the bloodstream, which actually referenced in this game again from '92, which becomes later Trios episodes, right, where they go into an Itchy and Scratchy cartoon, as well as they go into the bloodstream and Mr. Burns. So I was like, you know, they did kind of slightly predict the future with those kind of things. How about Smiling Joe Fission?
Yeah, he was a season 1, 2. Never showed up again. Yeah. Hi there.
Hi there. That's it. Bartman. Very fleeting. We had a Bartman toy. Do you remember the Bartman toy we had?
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, and like I said, there was like a whole Bartman series of comics. So I feel like the comics that they did, he was a huge part of that, like that entire world. And like, I've always wanted to like, man, how much would it cost to collect these? And then you're like, once it hits that like over $1,000 for just a few omnibuses, you're like, yeah, maybe I'm good on this.
Yeah, it's very, very, very fair. Bartman flying a poo. Mr. Smithers and Burns in an attack ship. Barney and Pinky. That randomly, apparently, that was actually a prediction where Pinky never appeared until one of the episodes about like they have acid in the water or something, and then Barney gets drunk and Pinky comes and like fights this like drug trip that he's having. And I think the whole reference to pink elephants is Dumbo.
Yeah. Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
Where he gets drunk. Yeah.
Yeah. Legends of the Hidden Temple.
The one that I can think of is like that opening scene where Bart steals like the pennies from Homer.
Yep.
And he falls down the stairs like the
boulder. Yeah.
The boulder, and then like he slides under the garage doorway and forgets his hat and has to reach back.
And he's like on the lawn and Homer's chasing after him in his like underwear, like throwing sticks at him. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, thinking about that moment, like it's funny and you laugh, but like imagine seeing a kid running out of his house carrying something and his dad comes out of the house and he's like throwing sticks at him as he runs onto the school bus. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some
Yeah, it's best not to
Cops
think
would be
about.
called.
Yeah, okay. Best not to think about it smart. Bartzilla, Bartzilla or Godzilla, whatever it is, and then Moth, Marge, and Ape Homer. I do think Homer was referenced as an ape before. Probably early on he was called an ape too, so I think it just kind of goes naturally. He's supposed to be kind of more of like primitive or whatever, right? De-evolved, so that was kind of the reference there. And that's it. That kind of goes, I think, for in terms of references.
And the Halloween special where he's King Kong.
Yeah. And I think that came out after this. But again, that might have been in the works, right? Like there's a chance they're like, oh, we're going to make, a King Kong parody in the future. And it was just always known about. So Matt Groening's like, oh, for sure, yeah, do make him King Kong because like it happened before. And there might actually be a reference to like a dream sequence where Homer's like on top of the Empire State Building as King Kong as well. And just like a one side off joke early on. Anyway, so it might have been referenced. But yeah, that was kind of just our quick little, let's look at all these references from the game, talk about some Simpsons. That'll be fun. Before you get to play your fun Battle Royale game. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, guys. So, in honor of Halloween, scary, spooky month, and the fact Tyson just does a nice job entertaining us through these little Battle Royales, Tyson's going to play a game. So that's fun. So I created a game for Tyson to play today. It's going to be the ultimate Simpsons Treehouse of Horror based on characters / levels from Bart's Nightmare Battle Royale. We've got... what is this? How is this even working? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 4 rounds, and in each kind of round we have So the way this works is you're going to see a line. There's going to be 2 episodes. You have to pick which of these works its way into the tournament, and then that represents that line in the tournament, and then they battle in bracket style. So it's kind of like a play-in to get into the round of, or the top 8 teams. I think that's how we're going to do this. So heads up, one of these 2 episodes, and then they get a spot 1 to 8. They battle their way to supremacy. I don't know. We're going to keep track of this. I'm going to grab a piece of paper, make some notes. Otherwise, my terrible formatting of this sheet will be the death of us. All right. So in our first matchup, we're going to just work our way through, learn who's going to be in the actual tournament before we dive into it. So first, starting off, which reference is better? The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode, King Homer, or just the singular ape winter joke from the end of that Simpsons episode where Bart gets a gun, or the Ape Town USA joke from the Listen Lady episode where Ned fights off the apes. So of those, which is going forward into the tournament?
Okay, we got lots of ape references. The King Homer one's classic because it's a King Kong reference. There's lots of funny bits in that. It's a strong contender. The ape, the ape winter joke always makes me laugh because it's like, no, isn't it the lizards? And then they're gonna
bring in snakes to eat the lizards, and then apes to eat the snakes, and then wintertime will just take care of the apes.
Yeah.
What do we do with the apes? That's perfect. They'll all just die in the wintertime.
Yeah, it's a great joke. And the Ape Town USA with Reverend Lovejoy saving Ned. And the one time Reverend Lovejoy gets to be a badass.
Versus the King Kong. So that's what we're up against. Yeah.
I think I'm leaning towards the ape winter joke. Okay. It's a classic joke that I think about, and it just makes me chuckle.
All right, congratulations.
It's like that one joke alone is worth that. I don't love that episode, but dang, do I love that joke.
Well, and that's the problem is you watch the episode, and, and then it gets to the end, and you're like, that's genius. What a genius way to end that, Finn. That's perfect. They'll just die in the winter. All right, so that will be in the same bracket, I guess, as our 8th seed, because I think that's how rankings work. Not that we're just numbers arbitrary. We have The Terror of Tiny Toon, Treehouse 9, or Itchy and The Front. So that is when Bart and Lisa have Grandpa Simpson as their stage or their writing name as they write episodes of Itchy and Scratchy. So Terror of Tiny Toons, or the episode where Grandpa Simpson loves Impy and Chimpy.
There's some good lines in the I did the itchy.
I did, yeah.
That's a great line. Terror of Tiny Town is not the strongest one.
Nope.
But I do like the ending seals it. I'm gonna go with Terror of Tiny Town just for like Marge just solves the problem by like just picks them up, puts Itchy in like a little like mouse cage where he starts running on the treadmill, and then Scratchy just like sees Snowball like, I'm in love. It's like, you're gonna get fixed or somebody's gonna get neutered, and it's like, no. And it's like, that's a great way to end that. So to me, Terror Tiny Town moves on.
All right, Tiny Town, perfect. Sorry, Tiny Toon. Okay. Now, our next matchup, we've got In the Belly of the Boss from Treehouse 15. So that's when they go inside Mr. Burns to do something. Or Smiling Joe Fission, first seen in Season 1, Episode 3. Hi there!
You know, not the strongest two. I think it's... Okay, so let me think about this. So they go inside Mr. Burns. Yep. The family escapes, but then at the end, Homer doesn't, and he grows into Mr. Burns, and it's like this really painful scene of Homer being inside Mr. Burns. Or Smiling Joe Fission.
Yeah.
So as much as I like Smiling Joe, he just didn't have the staying power. So I think I got to go with In the Belly of the Boss.
Belly of the Boss. Huh. I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Other than you're just like, he was kind of there, wasn't he? He wins. Maybe he hated that other episode. I don't know. They're going to be for the 7th seed in that matchup. We have the Telltale Head, Season 1, Episode 8, or the Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesore segment from Season 7, Episode 6, Treehouse of Horror 5.
Yeah. You know, Telltale Head is classic. It's classic. Gets referenced still. But Season 1's not that great. And Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores is one of my favorites. Okay. That one, like, I absolutely love it. Like the just don't look. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. You're like, it's great. Or when the big boy shows up to Homer's door and it's like, I told you Flander has it. Yeah. He walks over, smashes in Flander's house, and then he comes back and he's like, well, baby Mo has it. Go kill Mo.
Go kill Mo.
Great joke.
Excellent.
Great joke.
Okay.
So, Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores.
Nice. Okay. Eyesores. That's good. Eyesore. Yeah, that's a decisive one because I remember seeing it a lot. And I'm like, I don't know if I like it or just annoyed by it. But Telltale Head was nothing special either. All right. Now we're into the bottom half of the bracket here. So we're going to get 3 Men in a Comic Book, which I think has an appearance of Bartman from Season 2, Episode 21, or Do the Bartman music video.
Oh, well, who doesn't love the classic Do the Bartman? We're still doing that dance.
If you can, do can. Rock your body side to side like something. Do the Bartman. Oh, I should have done that time when he like sings it.
That's so 1991.
Oh, when was he trying to be cool? Because that should have been the episode that we referenced. How about that time when he was like, when Bart does the Bartman
dance? and Ralph burns on him.
Yeah.
When Ralph can own you, you know you're failing. I'm going to go with 3 Men in a Comic Book. That one is a great episode. That one, it might be in the contender for one of the best episodes.
Homer, can you check on the kids? Yeah, they're fine.
They're joking each other.
The amount of times like
goes up.
We'll have like friends, if we have friends over and like our dogs are playing in the background and you just like hear them just ripping up the place. Like, can you check on the dogs? They're fine. Perfect, great. All right, they're going to go up against Itchy and Scratchy entry. So Itchy and Scratchy Land, Season 6, Episode 4, or Itchy and Scratchy the movie from Season 4, Episode 6.
Ooh, I like Itchy and Scratchy.
Okay.
The Itchy and Scratchy Land is like kind of a Jurassic Park spoof, but with Westworld, and yeah, it's just some great stuff like the Smashy. It's like, or I think he's coming on to me. Yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Bort. And then there's also the line of like, what's it like? I kicked the itchy in the butt. It's just so tempting. Or Marge Simpson, we have your son. We also have your older, balder, fatter son.
Yeah, that's yeah. I also was caught kicking this. Kicking the itchy in the butt, yeah. Okay, so of those, Itchy and Scratchy movie or Itchy and Scratchy Land? It's obviously Itchy and Scratchy Land, right?
It's Itchy and Scratchy Land. Yeah. Itchy and Scratchy, the movie's good, but it's like it's less about the movie and more about Bart learning a lesson.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So,
okay.
Come on, give me shenanigans.
All right,
me
into our final bracket here, guys. We got our 4-5 matchups. So the first one, we've got Terror at 5.5 feet. So Bart, so the segment from season 5, episode 5, Trios of Horror 4, or Das Bus from season 9, episode 14.
Both great episodes.
Yep.
Das Bus, we're like, how many monkey butlers? The chewy cocoa berries.
It just reminds me of the horrors of watching Lord of the Flies way before we should have, and then like seeing them kill Piggy, and we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we were still Piggy. Scarred. I remember our one buddy was just like, for years afterwards, like, poor Piggy. And you're like, he was just trying to organize them, and they murdered him by dropping a rock on his head.
Oh, it is graphic because it just fucking hits the guy's head and he drops, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, like they just killed him. Terrible. Versus Terror at 5.5 feet. Like a plane. The Twilight Zone, Terror at
15,000 feet or whatever it is. Yeah, 18,000 feet.
Yeah.
Whatever planes
and it's
fly
like,
at.
Yeah, that one's the winner.
Okay.
I love it. That one's super good. I like when they open up the window and just like everybody's being sucked out. Just like so ridiculous.
When you know hey Otto, there's a gremlin on the side of the bus. Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of it.
It just runs Moman off the road.
Okay. Then finally, our last entry here. It'll be our 5th entry. We've got Bart Gets an F from season 2, episode 1, or Trios of Horror 2, season 3, episode 7. The whole segment is just everyone having nightmares. So.
Yeah. Bart Gets an F. This one hits you in the feels because you can just feel like him struggling and trying his best, and like the acting is just actually incredible. Like such a great episode, and it just hits you in the feels. But I kind of been a spookier, and you got to make me laugh. So I'm going to go with Treehouse of Horror 2. You got the Monkey's Paw. You got Bart Zone. If I Only Had a Brain. You're like, come on. These that's
much better.
This is great stuff. Not the best, but great.
All right. So now, based on our ultimate Simpsons Trios of Horror, based on character/levels from Bart's Nightmare Battle Royale, we're down to our 8 key matchups, guys. We went through the horrors and the intrigue of the play-in stage. I mean, I guess in theory we've talked about them all now. It'd be a little faster, but our number 1 8th matchup, we see the Ape Winter Joke coming in as the 1 seed. Interesting. Versus the Terror of Tiny Toon as the 8 seed. So of those two, which is moving on in the tournament?
Terror of Tiny Toon is a solid one.
Yep.
It's a solid one. But I'm still going to lean towards the Ape Winter Joke.
Yep.
That one joke is probably one of the peak jokes in the Simpsons history. It has some staying power. Terror of Tiny Toon, I kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't quite have that punch.
Okay.
So
perfect. All right. So then our 2-7 matchup sees inside the belly of the boss versus eyesores. Oh, Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesore. So just straight up heads up 2 Trios of Horror segments. So between the belly of the boss and Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores, which one wins?
This one's a little less.
Yep.
The belly of the boss is not as strong as Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores, so I got to go with it. That one, when I think of Treehouse of Horrors, I think of Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores.
That's fair.
That one moves on.
Okay. Now we're in our 3-6 matchup. So we have the titular classic, of course, everyone loves Trios of Horror episode, Three Men in a Comic Book, versus Itchy and Scratchy Land, the other iconic Treehouse of Horror episode. I guess they're just references, though. So
yeah, this one could have easily been in the finals.
Yeah.
These are both amazing. This is probably one of my hardest decisions. I freaking love Itchy and Scratchy Land. It's really good.
Yep.
However, a part of me is just saying, just go with Three Men and a Comic Book.
Okay.
I love Itchy and Scratchy Land. I might regret this decision, but I think I'm going to give the nod to Three Men and a Comic Book just because I think it's slightly better written. So
wow, that's an upset if I ever saw one. Even
you
though
know
it was
what? No, I'm changing my mind.
Oh!
No. Screw that. I'm going to go with my gut. Itchy and Scratchy Land. That one it's peak. It's peak. Three Men and a Comic Book, very good. I want to give you the win, but I can't. Itchy and Scratchy Land, so good.
But what does comic book guy say? Doesn't he have some like ominous line he says as they like leave or something like that? They're like, "This is a great decision. Nothing bad will happen." And he's like, "Yeah, of course, nothing bad will happen."
I think it's like something more than you bargained for.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna try and do that line and convince you, but all right, congratulations, Itchy and Scratchy Land. I mean, that would have been my choice. So I might have to go back and watch Three Men in a Comic Book though, because after you're talking about it, I'm like, is it good? Okay. Finally, our final 4-5 matchup, we have Terror at 5.5 feet versus Treehouse of Horror 2. So actual segments again. So that's pretty exciting. So we do have some Treehouse segments left in our Treehouse Battle Royale. So we'll see which one of these advances.
Yeah. Treehouse of Horror is a three-parter. Like, I mean, you got 3 gems. But Terror at 5.5 feet is definitely one of my favorite segments, whereas Treehouse of Horror does not have one of the stand-up ones that is like, this is the best. It's like Terror at 5.5 feet is just better.
Yeah.
So it's moving on.
Okay, awesome. Sweet. Now that means we have finally we've got number 1 seed Ape Winter Joke versus the Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores to go to the finals. So which of those belongs in the finals?
I think we got to go with Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores.
Right.
The Ape Winter Joke is good.
You went pretty
It
far.
makes me chuckle.
You went
It went pretty far.
Yeah.
It made it really, really good. Good run of it, but it just doesn't. That one joke isn't enough to tackle a whole Treehouse of Horror.
I like the lore
episode.
behind that joke too. Is in my mind, I made that as a one-off, like summary joke. And your reaction was so genuine and so funny because as you're sitting there, you're listening to it and like you just start giggling. And I'm like, good. I'm glad Tyson likes that joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke.
Yeah,
it's a good joke. And it's like anytime this gets referenced around me, I'm just like,
Yeah,
hilarious.
Okay, all right. And then
Very good.
So who is going to play Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores? Is it going to be Itchy and Scratchy Land or Terror at 5.5 feet?
Well, I think this is the end of the line for Terror at 5.5 feet.
Right.
Itchy and Scratchy Land is just too strong. I mean, you get so many jam-packed references. You get the Bort, origins of Bort. That's every time I go looking at like any of the times you go into a gas station if they have those like
the Cokes
like,
with the
here's
names. I would buy Bort.
I would buy Bort in a heartbeat. And I would be like, I will proudly have this on my keychain.
Yep.
I don't have keychains, but I would put this as a keychain. I would put, if I could get a Bort license plate, I would.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Were you talking to me? You kept saying my name Bort. No, my son just also happens to be named Bort.
Emergency. We are all out of Bort license plates.
Bort. What kind of stupid name is Bort? We also have I also have the horrible distinction of having my name be Mikolai. Do you know how many Mikolai name tags there are in North America? 0. Just call me Kyle, Mom, Dad. There's lots of Kyles out there. No, I have to have this.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I couldn't be Steve for 4 minutes.
No, Tyson. We have to go find Tyson. No, that one doesn't exist anywhere either. Okay, all right,
yeah.
Fun. Good old country names that we have. Finals though, we have Itchy and Scratchy Land versus the Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesore. So which of those is going to be the winner of the first ever Ultimate Simpsons Treehouse of Horror based on character / level from Bart's Nightmares Battle Royale?
It feels weird not giving it to a Treehouse of Horrors, but I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Because Itchy and Scratchy Land is like, this should have been the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's enough jokes in here where this could have just been the movie. Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores is a great segment, but like the ending, we're like, here's a jingle, and it's like, yeah. It's like, it has a punchline. It sticks to it, like the Chief Wiggum shooting the
basketball, the captain of the captain of the high school basketball team. Yeah, but he was turning into a monster.
Yeah, like that. There's some good parts,
okay, all right.
But Itchy and Scratchy Land from start to finish, where nothing can ever possibly go wrong. That's the first thing that's ever gone wrong.
All right. Congratulations, Itchy and Scratchy Land. You are, in fact, the winner of this random battle royale. And that ends our show on The Simpsons, Bart's Nightmare for the Super Nintendo. It's a game we played. It was horror-based. We did it. It was also relatively easy and gave us time to play a bigger game in a couple weeks for Halloween. So, good times.
Yeah, a better game.
Yeah, much better game. So, good. Good start. Anything else? We missed anything?
No, I think we got it.
Yeah.
I mean, we made jam-packed full Simpsons references. We got to talk some great episodes. And I even got to chuckle again about the Apes Winter joke.
Excellent. Great. So. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, with that, I think we'll just get out of here, and see you guys in a couple weeks for a better game.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.